Ura Wahab Faruk Tiedini Al Wahab Faruk our year international relations matter consultant wabene ebano amanyosem history of this country and ewiasia fananyina we yin free mu anye ye bone ne okuro ana eja politics in MPP and NDC one go join any of the political parties in ye hu ne so mfa so a he is one of the people Ghana needs to build this country because in Penimfo says we nim baby a free ba baby a kono untimi hunu e ba ne say yen kire baby o my Ghana free ba wa wodare mu nyansa e woni tirim ba bene yie wiase fa nyanyina wonim onim waye utie na nim so ye nimdefo ora Wahab Faruk e wo ha me da mo ba me ba me no e de nkomo no tetew na ana ya wonye.
Alright, abushan mama kwa Bible di Asempa TV. Musumfu di Asempa ni. Abushan de bia meka se oman ye pe ensesa awo oman mu a obi ti se Faruk Wahab. Ye pay attention to the message a odeba. Na se ye pay attention na ye ntimamfu no mene wo emienu hina ka bom. Na ye adwen se aha ene tochima aha ene koyi ene baby ekoyi no ye ndi akiri baby etochima no ye nyensesan a ebeboa ama oman no nsesan wodo bebre aba ewo because ye wo ensem bia meka no se ayese ehintasem a ehintaye na eno ene edi oman ni nya until say ye betumi akorete sa mistakes ni na no just say yenya information we mo. And mind you, information this 21st century na your information era. Enti unya access to information and na wutumi celebrate wo ho. Eba ne say mental slavery, colonization, ne sa nyama ni na retu. Say ubetumi ade wo ho afri mo no unless unya some sort kind of information be. Na unya sa information ni na ene betumi aboa amwade on Faruk Wahab my message bi na in fact message na on man emudo a o kire ekwan kra o man no ejapade bi ekeka ka wo nkro awodo bi so a ene ni na ye betumi amayensa kan amna ye but impefo ni na no atoto o maso mu basanka ebia me no ye nya emu entiase ye na ye sha sese ye question ye sha sese ye dege insight ye betumi aboa na yensa akasa nema we nyina na be mo man na fa ntoma pa afra se na be ya mencha ne be kwakotie Faruk Wahab but mesoro ne de di kan wa shi odi Asempa TV a obe subscribe to channel no share mesra mo aya information say o saka shenen dru akire na Ghana ma ye nyina ye nsori hwe ye wonkofo bi o bia obefri se message o te a onfa nya hwe but more na o tie message hit no obe so otu wan na mo nti ye share search messages make am so bia na wo yale a diabetes, stroke, asthma, hepatitis B eye yare be ne ha o mema sem na nkoyi family number na 054 3304976 na frame me hu kwa ya befa so aboa ama nso anya wa hoto yenkotie Faruk Wahab ensema a wo kan emu wakakra de but tewaso na tie niye hye wadwen wo comment section na se wo hwa den e na me na wo mienu ye betumi aye afa ho na tumi aboa ye yenkotie mbra
ora Wahab Faruk tiedini Wahab Faruk our year international relations matter consultant wabene ebano amanyosem history of this country and ewiasia fananyina we yin free mu anye ye bone ne okuro ana eja politics in MPP and NDC one go join any of the political parties in ye hu ne so mfa so a he is one of the people Ghana needs to build this country because in Penimfo says we nim baby a free ba baby a kono untimi hunu eba ne se yen kire baby o my Ghana free ba wa wodare mu nyansa e woni tirim ba bene yie wiase fa nyanyina wonim waye utie na nim so ye nimdefo ora Wahab Faruk ewo ha me da mo aba me ba me no e de nkomo no tetew na ana na ya wonye radio or television.
For one reason, yeah, me debate base.
Okay.
And then I also I don't want somebody to prepare me in this Overwatch. I don't discuss topics before I go to a program. But basically, I just want you to take me maybe unaware.
Okay.
So the discussions be authentic.
Okay.
Most of the radio station TV now, it is predetermined into we knew exactly
what they are going to ask you.
And yeah, I don't like that challenges because I don't read and I don't do research. Yeah, I like things being natural.
You don't read, you don't do research. What kind of research I say?
I say most of them will media. Obi am friend now. I was a moment bed 3-4 days on your research. But Obi our interview me biano. Basically, they don't give me a heads up. I mean, they don't give me anything. I just like say bia. You wake me up in the middle of the dream. But there are some pamzana na the yamwa. If you are better than you know, about 5 now.
Basically, yes, I become sports or
Asha Frewa no Osimbachi studio. So yeah, no, so it's challenging, and that makes me think, and I like that.
Me see as you ni Kumasi Swami.
Yes.
I wanna yetete wo.
Yes.
Who is our hub? Who feels Swami?
Okay. Me free Swami as a cry.
Okay.
Okay. Your train share so Kumasi. Then I'm a trad danceman for also several years.
Okay.
But I've had the chance, let me call it, to have education outside somehow. Matna virtually almost everywhere, or most of the places in Europe. So Matna, US. So for a certain number of years. I'm a career and diplomatic consultant because I had extensive courses in diplomatic academy, which gives you an international relations. And basically, I'm also having a background of international economics, which deals with the macro and microeconomics. So, and those background, that background, generally, I've worked and so consulting for very bigger platforms. We call them international organizations. Most of them are the umbrella group under the United Nations platforms. And also I do give advice.
Okay.
To some of the African presidency and the presidential houses.
You give advice to some presidency and presidential houses. Except Ghana now free no.
Well, it's like that.
Do you give advice to Ghana presidency and presidential houses?
Oh, they'll be said Ghana they were enough of those professionals, I say they wouldn't need much, but Ghana has enough. But countries that recognizes your contribution and then your abilities, that your capacities, at least they see the importance.
Countries now. Oh yeah.
Some NDAs but countries say Gabon, Zambia, a lot of countries any Vanuatu, South Pacific, more any Albania, for instance, Serbia, for instance, Serbia for a special envoy for the whole of African continent, building Serbia relations with Africa. Because, Ghana, any other African countries during the time of His Excellency Prof. Mills in 2008, 2009, when the Africans, all the government were thinking, or Moody, in fact, the United States and the UK, recognize Kosovo as a country, and Serbia, which I said, no, a new country, a problem now, is part of a region. But African countries in now play blindly, diplomatically, recognize Kosovo. But they say they are doing de-recognition, meaning African folk could Kosovo, no one who say, another. They all want to return also to Serbia, because Serbia have been a developing partner for the whole of the African continent, especially country Ghana. As Serbia for a boy military post-independent Ghana, Serbia had been a very strong ally of Ghana, but political and then also diplomatic mistake could you recognize it? Rather no, Serbia recognize Kosovo. And see GSSI and Yamana free Belgrade embassy, Yako Kosovo, Roma maybe. Yet desk crania quack friends embassy or mission. American for UK for promise on buying none and fancy Amaso. Until this is the time all the African countries need Sako back, Nigeria call, Sudan call, some of these things, and there's one special envoy, and Prime Minister Ivica Dutch. I'm the one advising the Omo special Uwe Zipes. Na Dutch Prime Minister no President Madabio Yesway in. I was the person who coordinated the entire government of Serbia, to be part of the program of the swearing-in ceremony. And Ghana from the and then we meet on other platforms. Ghana from paying for Bishia, Asia Medabia, or other international platforms. So, you marketing or other places.
Okay, sir, Matis, Waka said, Ghana war, is it a hotel or that was
near Poland?
Poland.
In Poland.
As a Ghana penny for a pa or mobile back or just a dynamo. Dear Dia,
a Metropole Hotel of Warsaw.
Metropole Hotel?
Yes.
Then area.
Oh, so to say, post Ghana independent, Ghana was richer than those countries, communist countries.
Okay.
Communist Romania under Ceausescu. There were a lot of things. Ghana president then, His Excellency Dr. Nkrumah. Yeah, and Yama Mibri, Emma, Romania, and Yama Mibri, Poland. No, Russia is very fine. Yama Poland, you know, some of them. And what happened is, Ocean to be to say Romania, who followed the diplomatic archives called the history or the new Omo courts. There were a whole lot saying, can you go say Ghana, Libya, Romania, what today is an European Union nation, who caught with visa. Ghana from paying for you. It has never been cancelled. It's not severed. But I think say almost shut down for my drink because of a near my country, near poor country, poorer than Ghana. Yeah, we've never been a poor country to that extent. No woman near my room. And your uncle, share Obi Nigeria. The biggest building in Nigeria used to be the Ghana House. Orges. Ghana House Orges. Say hotel and cafe nipa by 10,009. Hey! That building belongs to the government of Ghana, Republic of Ghana, because His Excellency Dr. Nkrumah now Opeso Omobe joining OAU 63. No, there were countries now Omon Pese Ombe involved. They wanted assurances and surety. In Jacoya, they say Amobeji India, Ghana, BBSO. Some of these things were done. Zambia, Kenneth Kaunda University, say Obe Kaya, about 15 years, I stand to be corrected, some years ago. Kenneth Kaunda University students a year demonstration because Kenneth Kaunda University who go through the background of it and His Excellency Dr. Nkrumah Nduti sa hotel no the support to Kaunda until now be here any statute and any university Happy FM and Zambia government at that time then yi ni ti no se coach ni side obi abobi yi ni ti no de Kaunda de ni sio there was a demonstration bia Kaunda for a Zambia for boo ni tini free so. Kama two Kenneth Kaunda say or a Malawian and will be doomed. So go back to Malawi. Sade
Tomatiti
and that is not the only thing. Which Guinea Conakry here. Tama Ghana, your Ministry of Agric. Now you won't swim now you want with them. All the Guinea ministerial blocks, most of them. Na who say Dr. Nkrumah naniti ekra omaye na yi abobo edano ni na Ghana na dibo mti practically no there are so many of them properties around the world that me fa say Ghana independence no you stretch koya ko Hanoi Vietnam ya de bi called Romania ya de bi called Poland and the Poland the any day if really they want to follow it of course time abetwam to what transfer ownership or what transfer ownership Poland ni call de you could train to watch ya old Ghana doctors in no, so you come and say, if you will be said as a Fabwachim, they were all trained in Poland. That was something. Then Ghana, BCC train you all here, and one train on be most of the Eastern Europe, Yugoslavia. Then, so the Ghana there, what countries maybe be the Egypt and Chroma flats money at them. Nina Elwo. I could be sound said. And then Ghana and the vision. SA, OAU, African Union, okay, Organization of African Union. But then I am for headquarters, Amakra. And can I know me? No, share Juma, and no Nama, Ethiopia for it may have an airliner, a general payment. Because even a General Assembly of the African Union, Organization of African Union, then and today African Union, share presidents. Dignitaries are Omar from the time the establishment of OAUs from 63 to now. No, she nipa a coho, she hotel sayema, she secretary Omar form, she OAU ambassadors from different countries. No, untimi mfa Ghana for anko, Oka secretary, Obefa Obi Oka your friend is saying local dialect, Oka Omoro, Oka enti. Virtually, no, you are promoting and then also giving them employment. And that is to tell you, say, not Ghana, a yes selfish country. But yanya assistance, no, up to now, no, yam farmer, but they call out. And in Ghana, it is a habit of the nation, and it is the practice of the nation. Say, Ghana new crown, be a Juma Kruha, so our Osha, yam patronize. Ghana needs here Antigu. But Lebanese needs see restaurant.
Yeah, patronize.
India needs here a patronize.
Self-hate.
It has to do with the root cause of how this country, no, need the first country to append our signature on any international protocols. That is the history of Ghana to some extent.
I've joining here. I have Faruk, a international diplomatic consultant. What bene ebano a year amanyosem history, and I like the history bit of it. But also, I'm going to say, in fact, senior, thanks for bringing this great man on your show. I've emptied my brains for wisdom and knowledge. Nice program. My name is Bright Inside Committee 25. So I've joining on Facebook. I'll bet me a share. Because we are going to have a very lengthy discussion on Enyama Ghana Ecoso said ye area say eco rebooting. If I'm using the word of Faruk Wahab, I said the word is rebooting. We have to position ourselves. At the end of the day, young Kwachiri Kakra, Niemra Yenim. Ghana nya independence. Kwame Nkrumah declares say nya independence. Do you really think, say, ye independent as a country? And by this, I'm asking, say, Abrofono Omuja Yawa Omukoyeno. Do they still have their footprints in this country and deciding for us using what, which institution and what institutions? And I'm basically who?
Okay, Mami, now I'm in the
Sub-Saharan Africa. When I say sub-Saharan, that's on top of the Sub-Saharan Africa.
Okay.
Sub-Saharan Africa. That is on top of the equator.
Okay.
Coming down. The equator, no, the belt started from down of Algeria. Down of Algeria, no, will give you the Algerian city of Jenet. When you go to the other side, the north of Niger. North of Niger, no, Asamaka, Arlet, now Bargadas. And then if you go to the other western side of Algeria now, it takes you back to the Gao belt, that is the Mali. And then it comes down. Now, that is the
Sub-Saharan Africa.
And they back down. And yet only necessary West Africa. But from the equator and up, no, then you are on the North Africa, down on Sub-Saharan. One would say, Ghana is the first country to get independence. Yes, that's historically. Independence, the declaration was that Ghana's independence is just nothing unless there's a total liberation of the whole Africa, which was a very good concept. That is a country, not on your day, on yourself. Now, independence, your country be no West Africa, a friend Liberia, or no the 18th century.
And no, one would say, the independence, Liberia is independent in disguise. They are more independent. We are more independent. Liberia was a country, a year American for, almost colonized Liberia. But American for, Eddie, your from say, a association be, majority, association be. And we colonize Liberia. It's just like United States no more organization be na share American territories. Dromukwa no mabechemo say this year management see no.
Even it's a Red Cross Society.
Yes, BBC. It be a bear from Association Organization or Association of American Colonization Committee or something like that. Be Liberia. But independence as independence India. Stimulation of independence Ghana starting way back.
Okay.
In 1957 no. Now of feel say ya the pressure na ma wom nti anya dey ye nje ma wom nti 57 osha na country a omnya independent in Africa and the north no was 1956 Tunisia.
Okay.
No independence or North Africa that but uba south ni the Ghana je o je ni 57 no that was when English o madwen say this pretty no trouble. And the idea of the English is for the Magana, they will be able to calm Ghana down. Nanka Sela no ma hold the others.
Okay.
But mistake English we saw here and said no him said na ebe educate other countries na. And yet only the English but the French alike no. And come and find independence in Ghana. And that was one of the English biggest regrets. So Ghana independence in term. Or the Ghana we and Ghana started say or push the agenda of the neighbors, or push the agenda of the big brother Nigeria, and of course Nigeria, and on unite into the issue of Nigeria for Ghana from my brother, my sister, my brother. No. It was just because of say Ghana their struggling agenda no at the collaborate Nigeria, and Nigeria for starting home so 60. Now interestingly no. Time Nigeria ni the NUA and a French for no as to start say and no or Montiase and this all shy time English for no ebenya heat or the Gambia Oje Muma Oja Gambia Amomunya independence Sierra Leone was also Samentiase Oje Muma Omuno na English for West Africa na 2 colonies 3 colonies 4 colonies Ghana Nigeria Gambia Sierra Leone na English for fee say English for Nasro. After na French for so build the heat. And the French for they only smart. They decided say you have independence in a mamu. But say the Bema unless you sign say 60%, 40%, left for 40, move for 60. Now more for investments in Amian tour, a yamo cash must talk. You be saving of Paris. What you said there the Bema. Name state corporations, water, electricity. Any other airlines near Danano, you better manage. French for agree. In the Cote d'Ivoire today, or more than French for electricity, French for manage. To some extent, more efficiencies. But those were the things that are almost Jim. But Ghana, the end of the year, ya GBBR total. Big brother Nigeria, also Geno, or GBBR, Mimpe BBR, Monje, Monfamaye. Now, let me tell you a secret, and it is an open secret with Ghanaian politicians. They know. Say, Ghana Indians, one chain. The biggest problem in America, after imagine independent here, 4 million populated nation. 4 million. Now, Ghana cash stock. Sika near one. It was close to the English. Omska no more in terms of value. You know, most of the countries in the Commonwealth. New Zealand and Australia, I'm not Ghana with you.
Yeah, my independence. Ghana won almost close to Britain.
That is almost total wealth. Okay. I had one music free women can declare. And the Ghana independence in VAN. And I'm mistakenly no, who said, what in our independence? We need accountant.
Okay.
No one training professional be a accountant be a British one training. Social security a British one established here. Accountant general na ye, auditor general na ye, Ministry of Finance na ye. We need ministry be a na ye da hodeda.
Ethiopia.
And the independence in VAN. And a Ghana say, Yama British ni bi oti krom ha no. On England back. Na on kwaji permit no famra ha. That is the Ghana, what Ghana did to the British. Now, permitting Mrano. Ghana now started stimulating seriousness and aggression. And you got to a time, the British will have to be evacuated. On evacuation with British Royal Army, a number 5 Omodom Kugu Senegal, and a British Royal Train Omunko Fadom Koye. So when they took them back, then they went to sit down, and the Queen said, no, I never be crying as a Mukoye Juma.
Okay.
And the Japan somebody working permit, now my resident permit there. Dr. Nkrumah Bra, Yana more him for a Commonwealth. We know me Juma be Juma ha. Inti yanko for be Juma na omu kwedu na ko pension. Ebi so ntimi ma be Juma ko working permit no munya. E no munya prepare so be Juma. En mu fa omu social security.
MIA.
The pension man. A hona deplete Ghana sika. Ne your fee says can I want you too much. Okay, no problem. Any mumra. So they appointed some of the administrators because Ghana ni be no need to work pension. And no buy no baby work pension. And so no detainer or see 2 million shillings. Where do we away? And no me day. Says kenny na. And to me and in the deplete Ghana cash stock. Because can so that. And no TBBL free. That was the beginning of Ghana's problem.
This is the first time hearing this.
Yes, because they will not tell you. Say, you need any consistent history book be other. Some of us who attended diplomatic academy, so we know the source of some of the histories in history now, written by the whites and the British themselves. And to Ghana for Yesikano, Duduanano, Yeditia pension back. British for now in a buyer and obe calculate here. And no buy and yet social security. But Usa me say, Omuna si ha anase omukono o the day ahunchebe o ma me ahunchara e. O just come out. And o ja nyama miensa. Baako now what for executive called the president our the neighbor. And amuji independence share unsem into our executive. We executive no. Now we law, we court, we bibia. No, but no one no call for bia you training some judge kakra. And we now judiciary. 2. Ojao judiciary no. Now we bibia. Ojao what is called either legislature or legislation. Wama the structure of legislator or legislation. Say you will be a friend of parliament. And more independence now mobile already now more structure of how parliament operates.
Okay.
British Nibia and try a parliament in the movie. British Nibia and try a presidency be. It it was also a valuable asset. Or the structure of governance, which is the presidency, and normal judiciary. Obiano and normal legislature account. And yes, and 3 arms of government.
Okay.
Nimianu and Bible for the Mao say constitution. Papa dear Bim no anyo. It's the same thing and a call into colonization or colonizing other countries of the world. Yacha executive. No acha judiciary. Watch your legislation set to parliament, the running. And or mao or constitutions any. Omri and catcher say all these 3 things subject to modification into constitution there. What British the end of the 2 ultimate changing constitution ne time or say police, which is the Minister of Interior, young for Muntrafako, or Muntrafi, I from police barracks. No more control a British mind. But we didn't know, excuse me, say, British 4 years, because that time UK, no, yes, no, yes, our England, no, yes, Scottish, no, yes, Wales. Police in Libya near Barracks. What they were to monitor and to be part of the society and control security. But yeah, colonization, they did that purposely, say, no, I cheated police in Kyoto. And to a man who Kroma be revolt against you. And to the black police, Ghana police, that Goko police, or Duomutina fee. And the security officer, and that security officer is called the British Guard. And the police in the APO make sure say it's your crano. And 20 people no about to against him. So they tamed them. They kept them barracks. And I'm with the police. And the constitution or coin or buy him. So what shed your no ye? The Germany ye, the Holland ye near there. Ye police barracks. You keep the police in the community and live with the people so that it becomes very easier. Yes, you are buying. And yes, I quite police barracks.
It's a cabinet time for any police needs me fear next door. It's I know society ni muno.
So community who can say uniform ha nti krono no tutwa eno na brofo di control nya magic. Owie no. Ano sa say. Ono ko the constitution no. Na petition no ne yi no ne community ne say no mu no so. Eni nti police or the governor, now say or the governor call out, no the police ni manda no the coho, no guide, because no more person with no crack communicating. Oh, by no constitutional jar hono, side and then you cast out. What the old buyer no, what's the wood police, or about 2 police. Offer a chia, chow, now the nakoto and cransa, no for being cransa, now the number 2 no for be a cran out the who some reason say so that he doesn't know the people, they will not communicate with the people. But Sebi, ANC because say the Katachia na ye regional commander. Ewo Swami, baby a Swami la Bible ya uni. Enti Bonisia uni mo target.
Ele say Swami Budom ne din sem.
Budom ne din kwasasem. Enti bro Sebi say obi to kofu boache. Onyini free Kumasi na onyini free Kumasi china.
Because what Kumasi
because when Ashton, sorry to use the word, when Ashton bad boy. And 20 minutes for coffee. When you go from 4 boys, because when you be a and Brony, what they control, any country in any Western Europe will be free, work with the police or baby. She a special unit of criminal police. Omo the near non-buried. But no cooperation on assignment, they bring him back to his city. And the city is self-controlled. Now constitution of the man said, police, you crisscross, you buy a better. And the constitution that was given to us, modification, those who took power, colonization, independence across board Africa, they didn't give the independence back to the people. They collected the independence and kept with them.
So they behaved the same way.
By the same way, because British never now a coastal line or buy and Gold Coast, no coastal line, Cape Coast,
right?
And we see the better schools. Oh, Cape Coast. At this other Wesley, Fancy Pim, agree. O see ni na ato and obey a chimota, Greater Accra, and or you women. Would independence by now we say marginalization, segregation. And the Nunchin and a pay independence. Would you hear? And I'm Sam man and I'm go to the same school. And I build this early society and I brought from the young and of the tomb. And it's a Ghana one quite agree on Tim Cabrofo. Who goes school and one part secondary school, go and sit down. And then that was so. And the actual the abe grade say secondary school grade 1, grade B, grade A, grade C, grade D. Why and the grade A, now how about grade D? No be called grade C and called grade E. No only grade A exams are on which my passing. So there is disparities
and complex
and complexity. And when you had the two so and you copy a parliament. And the parliament, the was Opokuare, Prempe, Adisco, St. John's. Omujina ho kasa obi okọ school e wo Medoma secondary school no omie na non kasa so abrofo no ko no hu say yankofo na je power no say omukwa abrofo no then they call them and French and the English alike when they call them no say bra so munya vacation for ire no mran bra ha your Oxford wa ha the school wa ha Aberdeen wa ha what for mumra that is why all English colonized countries woman take power no nana and that hold English countries.
Give an example. Nanado Papa no a president of the country. John Mama Papa no a minister of the country. Nkrumah Peso.
Yes.
Dr. Bawumia Papa no a minister.
Bawumia must be president.
It's the same fully no. Anna recycle about what we say
okay. French phone we of the power and mom. Okay, oh dear her man why busy. For man a brand no mission idea. And to many in French deputy. Form in deputies. Minister of Agric, deputy, okay. Minister of Agric, Abdiof, Ofo Boy, were French deputies. And to me, I don't buy African country. So they signed in, and their allegiance was for the French.
See, about independence. But then, you don't know they are black-skinned people with white mentality.
In call London, Sebi, and Croman paying for.
Obia down.
Obia ba the political class be pemne. Ma be cool school. Omia no see amfa koko, you chrome her. Yenye koko fund, education fund. Krasi ni bia no ha ne ba ye koko fund, okọ school ni bi.
There be
this can go to Ghana International Bank London, and be share omma. And be scholarized. Ba no, krasi for my krasi for continuously. Omuro ni ba bia ye dey, ye do koko, but ye koko ho loss. So the post independence, French for no, back to the independence again. French for no, only 30 years. Say 1960, West Africa for no, English for no, 4 countries now had something English and French did, which was said. Now French for English for French for say, say Crusoe Ghana for me a bad, Nigeria were bad, Sierra Leone bad, Gambia for me the English for me. They are not good people. It's independence, delay. Major territory now, block one. And English or the independence, my Ghana, one contested Togo, and or the Togo, my French, and or block or Ghana or Divoire in the west, and or north or block Burkina Faso, no, the shame to create language barrier. Or call Nigeria now, J independence, man, Nigeria, and on the J, French of also by J or the man French Niger. And or the Benin city, because Benin Hono, the whole place, Cotonou now was part of Nigeria.
Every century is a machine of a bomb. A
home in Nigeria. And now French for no, English for Jadema French territory no, or channel. The independent Nigerian, send a black man in Bibia, and what they are French, and or block no, and what in the north, a man Niger, northeast, or they ma Chad. And to na English for no sour air Bati Peninsula, which is the Cameroon.
Okay.
Southwest of Nigeria, Oron, Calabar, Akwa Ibom State. What they are saying, a horn no, na occur on the sea, Nina Cameroon, Ura Cameroon, Hona Nina English, Kumba, Boya, Bafosam, Samba, all that place now up to literal province. Baby, a man Cameroon water, it could do Douala, no English. And English for near day, actually, bread. And when Abakasi Peninsula and Sianom Sakwe to years, a part of Nigeria and answer a part of a and Jamam, and to shut the French for the year. Every country in West Africa, every French country was given colonization. They get them independence 1960. 1960, no so Oma will be either July or August. Enti set one menta Yama Togo July 1960, Yama Benin August 1960, no Niger 1960, no and the French for no 1960, and the mom call for Nina. And English for free West Africa. And the French for chance said, look, territory na kana young call young check. Baby a French better, English maho, English town maho, and a French for 1% Africa. And one fast Central African, you know. And to share the whole Central Africa, you need one country.
English country.
English country. Cameroon, English for free. And the ma, your friend say, French, no koye. And Belgium, Esusu Belmono. Belgium also came in. The French for, and the Burundi, and Rwanda, and Congo. Share time Omsuma independence. Also 1972. 62 or so 72. 62. And also the independent struggle to mama means our countries in independent same August and the Maum. All along no. Now Portuguese for Ewo 5 league. Satomi and Principe, West Africa, Ocean, Nigeria waters. There, Portugal for the Cape Verde, Guinea-Bissau, Mozambique, Angola. Crochet time or the Maum. Om struggle so monko. 72, now Angola was under independence. 71 Angola was still under colonization. 72 no, and Sana, Omfis Via Domope, and Oma, in Wakaya, Samora Machel, the Frelimo, only started the struggle of the independence of the Angolans, that be of the Mozambicans as a Portuguese country. And to Omna Koye, and no ma Avimbi, or no fee said the political class, you know, and no struggle for independence. They were in bed with the Portuguese. Having between who got you or created the bandits. No me a bad boys. Ah, mo bad, no ma be via brofono, diamond go, no ma be jibi, no mo call no mo kum nipa. They started. Naturally, mo susono, eswasti, unita bandits. And this for no, Echo East Africa, Okofa, a friend is saying Uganda, Okofa Kenya, Ofa Tanzania, of Malawi. Of all those countries in Czechia, Bako, and Osaka South, and the French one course South, Botswana French uncle. One course a friend is saying Swaziland, one call Lesotho, one call South Africa. What I say? One call Zambia. And East and South, you know, Jadina Edema English, and a French for far Central. And also catch English for say, North so Mam Sumaho. Indeed, interestingly, no, North Africa, the Sahara West, Sahrawi, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, okay? Or Tunisia, Libya. Libya was for Italy. But I'm so woman to conquer Libya with the fight in Ojemu. And Ethiopia was for Italy. But Ethiopia for defeating Italy. The Battle of Adwa. Ultimately, Italy Franco. Ethiopia was an ally of Italy. But Romba the Uncle for Nisicono. Yakwajiwa Bosu. In Ethiopia, Shatam colonize. Far ahead. Salas imagine independence, Joma independence. Libya, no independence. And a French for Ebefa Sudan, English for. They left. Omko Somalia, they left. And the French for one side, or called the word for. But a choir French in Algeria, the same Algeria being a French partner, or the French me in a Kokun Sika War for Algeria, for France. Because of their fight spirit, and France is in Algeria, console Pesa country. And Algeria as an African country also defeated the French. And Omdiji independence. And in the struggle, Algeria and us are brought from no monasy. Brony Biani ha Sabi, O detective Maubia.
Bibia Senor.
There be
decision being why taking a chroma.
At one weaknesses. This is something I'm person one day no. If they really understand what they are talking about. Anything. Brony and the plane of us are sitting a plane.
Or the assassin in our mind.
Oh no. Ojato. Banchino body also one farmer, one farm call. Bajo Coco Beko plane. And Coco was what the koi. Or the brilliant the koi. Or the kippy box line the koi. Abrafone corner. But hear me.
Ethiopia.
Now there were a lot of mineral resources. Now you abrafone who said himself, but woman touch it. When you want touch your box side. Utimba one fan be out to that extent. Gold you need diamond and no money minerals. And the koi. A patch of British for you 2 oil.
There be.
Near to oil.
There be.
Clinker. Any near my stock our assassin soon. A wood and abrafone fair be the koi. Oh, yeah, yes, and it's no colonize the owner. But what can one fanning in uncle? All corner, document or demand, and your mammy and son the womb. Machro, but in your mammy and son the woman was say, swear oath of allegiance. And I'm a boy.
Aye.
Yes, so your day, oath of secrecy. Ebeka. And your mammy son. And the president be Ghana no swear oath of office. Obedi no cre, obedi constitution so. No oath of allegiance. country no cry any only bibia no kronko to obey protecting the interest for the people of Ghana. We have swear oath of secrecy. Come say oath of secrecy na there. But till today, Brony called that no untimi for oath of transparency emeka ho.
Oath of secrecy.
And yes,
what was it about?
What is the content that goes into the oath of secrecy? Check it. And you won't know about Tennessee. And I'll say, over corrupt. And she said, yes, a secret. Me, we are a secret. Can't really do someone a secret. But our brother also swear oath of transparency. I mean,
you do?
Yes. So, now we are president, prime minister of Europe, any country. Why are not just so per se or any man? Who sorry free presidency now? The following year, and until contested presidential again. We are ultimate parliament, into all the former presidents, prime ministers in Europe, in our own parliament, so that you will interface, the people will be able to question you what you did during your time. As you said, His Excellency John J. Rollins, or Parliament, President Kufuor Parliament, President Mama, 4 years in case in our Parliament or to President in Contimi contested at that time. But Parliament there, or free power now, no team Parliament. And then this is the back of Parliament. And Kadia Kosono, you also understand. Now do free also better Parliament, so the people have the right to ask them what decision you took when you were in the office. Ours is not like that. Bronia and Charles said indemnity clause. Fatoso. Yani adebeka ho. We did Bonia Memusam after 10 years, no be a refugee. Sabro from Yano. When the Prime Minister said them, the almighty Lula of Brazil honored the modern of Brazil civilization in terms of business development. After 8 years. Woman Chenankotum, Christine of Argentina, first charges. Korea. On Prime Minister on them, it generally be 15 years, 20 years. It's what the person said. It is not true, sir. Brony Koyano and Wama poor. It is our own character, corruptible practices and corruption. Ah, yeah, if you say Brony and Shaw Sefasika, Papa, Standard Bank, UK, Waba Krabesi says, will be Butum, Ghana Consolidated Account, they call Debbie. Swiss, Credit Suisse, or my croma mayesca. What's our gold? And I come and say, Fessy. What's a fat to a mammy? But Georgia said, Mobutu says a circle. Open in Vabebiatina. Not saying Faho. Was it trained by Didi? Or my age race added to different places at the cost of about 25 million Swiss francs. A diamond them 1 time a year. Tika guho owu no di eyato so say a corruption man nti ntimi mfa ma back obi ntima ankoje pacho broni na ba krom ha fa Africa sika koye
there be yempanifo na nyansa from
pacho what you say Swiss ma ha mewie sika wona do sika beto waje ato ho
is it not the mindset there be ameka say they behave like the way ana abrofo no ha no mu behave in the sense that time abrofo no wa Gorgeousburg ono ni kuro mi UK etu obatena ha sika na no wedi akogu UK etu wo wi sika no ode beko UK and they yempanimfo no so mi so motena no baten down in city ni ade ninti omo list omo ye citizens of UK said they omo wi sika no masa de akogu Swiss and they ekeka won say ye discover mo fan developing mo mind na me mind bre I've been saying this I don't get it.
About 60% of properties of Belgium, democratic nation of Belgium, diplomatic city of Brussels, 60% of the properties are Congo, for Normandia. 60% are Indonesia for hanging Nigeria for under Obasanjo regime. Just only 10 grams of cream. Hanging patrum kumo. The whole Caribbean one, but one a man, but your woman be. Nigeria ma a Cote d'Ivoire loan. Why do we clear ourselves not say idea? Yaji lona, ya de gratify. How? I'm sure UK, share a small island with only 60 million population. What you colonize with intelligence, almost part 40% of the world. Only resources be our but on technology, only mineral, or bad weather, only good land. Wo their own land, and we jaw to ho, and we are no ko. Oko 63 years.
1957, public
years.
1960.
Of Dubai 71. Emirates 1971. And we Qatar 1971. And we Kuwait. What tell them, Chairman? 1971. And we Bangladesh. Uji independence 1957. One of biggest commodity our cocoa. And the amount national income. And from 57, 63 years ago. Oko country I would charge over 10, 15 years on a palm cocoa bottle. Does it make sense?
Meanwhile, New Kumasi Jute Factory.
Make sure I say the jute factory, Ghana cocoa board, Ghana cocoa, home revenue, jute tax, it did more than 15% annually. Because what Uchi cocoa na similar to and you name Ghana Nibia. Oil factory, sa Ghana government, cocoa board Jimmy factory, oh no pam jute tax. Abamina a raw materials in our house. Eso coca ediba. And no British in a chill. Bacho, Ogadaji, British ni and a chill. On the real sika the coy. Oja school. And no more Nally. And no more presidency. And no more judiciary. Me pacho one can't just so Korea telephone. Fanutum 15 years. No big country 1 billion and 6 months. And no British in the it beats my intelligence and it beats my knowledge. Say, country Poland, First World War, the whole country was wiped from European map. There was no Poland after First World War. Yes, German Nazis and the Russians, okay, selling Omfa Krunu, HFI, Katowice, Krakow, wipe. Second World War, wipe country. Or they say just under 60 years, it is not the most modern country in Europe. Modern country in Europe. And the Magana Koboam that time. Modern country in Europe is Poland for shared development. Communist Poland, 1988. Ukotoko suya, egg. You have to queue up. I was a student then. You have to queue. African to some and a near Timito Coca-Cola. Oh, Pervers shop. To be in Poland. In 1993, I can ask me, Liberia genocide, and now was like Poland and what bread. What built a model economy, a model city, and not on technology. They say they are the leaders of what wind turbine technology in the whole of Europe. Culture Romania. May the African Union Diaspora Forum, AUDAF, the 57th state of Africa. On President Nkrumah, Dr. Bennett, me don't any the African Union commissioners. Any part 8, me don't call Poland. I may share one of the your friends, one of the most successful and the richest man in Romania, for a certain program. We were shocked what we saw. Ceausescu, Romania, in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 1995, Romania for was nothing. Not even go far. Share Germany in 1990, the East German DDR, Democratic Republic of the DDR, Deutsche Democratic Republic, Communist Germany. Go and see there after German for a unified in 1990. Until 1990, no being independence. Now check 1957.
Yeah, that's what market.
And we are talking about within Middle Europe. Bulgaria, Prishkov Hotel in 1990. Nagana Faber than these countries. Communist Turkey. Which country is Turkey? Turkey is European, why refugee? Why you turn around of the country just 1986? And I take his status or Belgium. Edwin, our president, Tayyip. No, you're mayor. And the mayor of your friend is saying, it's good. Mayor. What be your president? Shaniama, why you want to take care could do? Now it is the third strongest in terms of commercial goods the whole worldwide. China, India, and then come Turkey. What's our Turkey? Ghana, what's our Turkey? And the minister. Now, could you Dubai airport? Now, check camera, you know, show so now, chop picture, now, the better. Oh, yeah, Jimmy for. Because Dubai only oil. Emirates, you know, 6 tribes. Let Dubai count. On an here womb. Dubai need the poorest among them. Sharjah, your friend is saying, Abu Dhabi. Let's go to Ankara. And your commercial city, British new boy of 42 years, and no design here. And a service country. It's like UK. Yanko compound they are near Kanto. British cars India. It doesn't win your be. And so live good. A service nation. Taxes. Only free.
Hot in so. Omunihwe. As Sika Chuba Bremanian Omunya through taxes in the any development there.
Of course, colonization. Holland was a superpower in 1500. Greek was superpower in 1600. Greek was superpower in 1500. Holland. And I'm saying, in the 15th century, and we saw in the land. Or buy no any land beam. And yet, Benelux, me and San, Belgium, Luxembourg, and no more baby, and no more build here. Holland doesn't sell anything than administration. They sell what? Administrators and administration. Only the best managers of the world. With only one weapon, and the weapon time. They don't sell anything, they sell on time. But what you say?
It's just about.
But world technology, home design no makoton. Electric car is the most expensive problem. Holland for technology, and American for na.
Okay.
Home turn technology, no a turn administrative compact. Into Kobebia, over Southeastern Asia, Singapore, near there. Dutch administrators, Holland administrators. Efficiency, the whole world number one.
At what point in the history of Ghana, Annie lose track? Because President Nkrumah, COVID-19. I know some people want us to go to COVID-19 and all that.